Did you have a couple small little business stuff before you went to Juvie?
No, so my first real business was out of Juvie. I mean,
Okay.
before Juvie, it was pretty much just a bunch of random things, man. Like I
Yeah.
like bought and sold things off of Craigslist. I
Hmm.
helped out people around the neighborhood. Like there
Yeah.
wasn't any real business.
Okay.
After Juvie, so my first like real company was formed out of kind of the same thing I was doing pre-Juvie. So rather than just buying and selling things off of Craigslist, I was actually like buying and selling broken devices.
Hmm.
So I'd buy up like broken iPads, iPhones, and I would fix them and then turn around and resell them.
Hmm.
And so I did that for all of freshman year. I think that year I repaired almost 500 devices. So I was doing like on average like 1 to 2 a day.
Hmm.
Um, and like making pretty good money on it. I mean, on every phone that I was selling, like I was making 50 to $100. On some of them, I was making 200 to 300, just depending on like the model and what condition the phone or device was after it was fixed. Um, and then like sophomore year, a bunch of repair shops kind of popped up in my local hometown, and from there, I didn't have a business anymore really, because like I was banking on the fact that people didn't really have a way to fix their electronics at the time. They like if it was broken, it was just broken and you would sell it. But
Hmm.
once repair shops popped up, that business kind of dwindled away because people would just go get them fixed now, so they weren't really disposable anymore.
Hmm.
And so I like went and made friends with all the repair shop owners and tried to just get an understanding of what their business model was, how much they were charging for repairs. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do repairs, like if it was
Hmm.
a profitable venture for me. But in the process, I actually like stumbled across an opportunity, and that was the fact that like they were all sourcing their parts from like eBay and Amazon, and they were really low quality parts. And I happened to already have a source from overseas that had like very very good quality parts. They're able to offer their customers basically much more high quality repairs at cheaper prices and
Hmm.
better warranties. So um, I kind of formulated in that way. It was like, let me be your local plug for parts. Like you don't have to order them online. I have higher quality parts, whatever. And it started off really small. I was working with one local shop in Indiana. I was still buying up, broken phones and stuff like that. I was doing some cell phone repair for friends and family, but not really advertising it.
Hmm.
But then that started to scale. So like that one business I was working with in Indiana turned into like 10. And then, by junior year, like I had created like our first Shopify store. We had like an online Amazon store. I would scour Instagram for hashtags related to like electronic repair. And then I would DM those people from all around the US and send them samples of our parts and things like that. So my senior year, we were working with like a little over 100 repair shops around the US. Um, and so that was really like what I consider my first company.
Hmm.
So it was called Juvie Supply Company.
It was called
I
what?
GV Supply
Oh, I thought you
Company.
said Juvie Supply Company. I
No,
was
no,
like,
no, 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 GV Supply Company. Um, and yeah, so really like even taking a step back from that though, I mean, I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. Like it's kind of the same concept of taking acting classes in high school and like you're pretty good at it, but the idea of like going to Hollywood and becoming an actor is like really foreign.
hmm.
You're like, oh, it's not gonna happen, right? Like,
Yeah. You don't
yeah,
really
that
believe it.
doesn't happen to people like me. I don't believe in that, whatever. And because I grew up poor, like all I was thinking about, I was a straight A student in high school. I graduated top 10 in my class of over 400 kids. Like I was really, really focused on academics. And ultimately, like I wanted to go to Purdue for engineering. I wanted to do product development and design. And, from the time I was a kid, I always had wanted to be an inventor.
Hmm.
Um, but I just didn't believe in myself enough to like be like, oh, I'm not going to go to college. I'm just going to do this myself. So college for me was kind of a fallback. It was like I can still kind of do what I enjoy, but also have the comfort of having a salary job and a 401k and retirement plan and like
Hmm.
that comfort level. But I was also kind of blinded to like what I was currently doing. I mean, even though I had a true business right in front of me, I still considered it just like a side hustle.
Yeah.
You
I
know, it
mean,
was,
well, it's funny because My brother and I essentially tried to start the same thing. In high school, we got our dad to, we conned him into letting us use his credit card to order. I don't know if you ever remember the website. It was like SW Box.
No.
Okay, well, they basically sold phone parts. They were from I don't know where, but we
Yeah.
basically conned him into letting us use his Visa. We ordered like $300 worth of parts, which at the time was like a lot of money to us. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he let us do this. And we essentially fixed like Blackberries and modified them for friends
Okay.
and made no fucking money. Basically, we're like, no, we're gonna make it back. We'll like pay you back and then we'll order more. Basically, like ended up giving half of it away for free, half of it broke. And like so we kind of like went for the repair model, and it fucking went nowhere. We lost all the money. So I guess like it's funny to see how you did the same thing but it turned into like something much larger. And like yeah, back then, like I mean that's a big business. I mean, most people that I know, even like my dad or our family, like they have their own businesses, but they're probably not even as big as your phone business was in high school.
Yeah.